Hello and welcome to the Dutchin channel. It's Tuesday 23rd of April 2024. It's 7:45 in the morning. I've had to start pretty early today because, as I say, I fell asleep on the Sunday. It rolled into Monday where I was so far behind. I didn't bother doing a results show last night because yesterday we made a slight profit of £39.78, but I will definitely do one tonight. Now I'm up to date, including all today's racing. So we're going to do Yarmouth, Epsom and Wolverhampton today. It's impossible to get 6 meetings done. It just takes so long to do it. So we're going to do the UK flat meetings today. And we're going to start with Yarmouth. I've not really looked on any of this morning to see if there's any non-runners at the moment. It might be a little bit too early for that. And the 2 o'clock seem to all go there. 2:35 is okay. There's a non-runner in the 3:10. And that seems to be about it at Yarmouth, but we'll cross that one when we come to it. Let's go on to Matchbook. And we're going to start with the first race at Yarmouth. So let's go into my spreadsheet. Now don't forget the spreadsheets are a little bit different from normal now. They're based on RPR, the Racing Post ratings, how many lengths they've been beaten, and how many pounds more they carry or less, depending on the weights. And this is then added or minus to the weight that they're carrying today. So it's a little bit complicated, but it's a very, very good system that I've used for many years. But the other one at the moment, I don't know. Someone said to me, maybe just had a lucky month. Yeah, I have quite a few lucky months on that one, to be honest. I don't really get beaten, but I just felt the change was needed just for now anyway. And it has brought us back in the game, so that's what it's about. Now in the 2 o'clock today at Yarmouth, we're going to go for Dashing Donkey, Dashing Willie and Magic Rascal. That's going to be our 3 in that race. So we have to go all the way down to the other end here. It's not because of the writing so big, I just need more columns. So we'll start off, we'll go back into the Yarmouth 2 o'clock. It most probably isn't worth doing these prices at the moment because they're quite over. I mean, the over round at the moment is nearly 107, so you are going to get better than this as the day goes on. But the important thing at the moment that we want is the selections. Dashing Donkey at the moment is 16.5. Dashing Willie is 85. And Magic Rascal is 3.85. So that will just give you an idea on those prices in the first at Yarmouth, the 2 o'clock. Now we're going to go into the 2:35. I am doing every race at the meeting because people said to me, because I don't bet on it, doesn't mean they shouldn't bet on it. So, no, you're right, I agree with that 100%. So we'll look here in the 2:35. I'll bring the prices up for the race. As I say, this isn't a kind of a betting race for me. I've gone for Sabramento, which is currently trading at 6. And if you did want a second, you got Foro Romano at 5.7. Now, the only reason I can give these two is because these bottom three have never seen a racecourse before. And it wouldn't be a betting race for me either. We saw these yesterday that I did, and there was horses that had come from the unraced field. So it's just something that you can stick a pin in those bottom three. It's just not worth doing. But that's the two I've given if you're interested there. Then we move into the 310, a 12-horse handicap. And there is one non-runner here which we noticed, which was Lord Normandy. So before we do anything else, we'll just click into the 310. And there you can see at the bottom now they put it. So we'll take Lord Normandy out of the betting. And that will leave us 11 going to post. And our top selection here will be Lucentio. And Lucentio is at the top of the market. That is 5.1. Cambria Legend is 18. And Torrent is 6. So that'll just give you an idea on the prices for that race. Then we'll move into the fourth race, which will be the 345. As you can see again, we've got horses that haven't seen a racetrack. So this again is one of those races that I wouldn't bet in. But if I had to give selections, they would only be based on the ones that have run before. And I would give you Yadus, which is trading at 3, and Lennox, which is 3.05. So they would be first two in the betting, but again, it wouldn't be a race for me. Now we're going to move into the 420, 13 go to post here. And we'll bring the prices up. Just make sure there wasn't a non-run. I know there wasn't in the paper, but sometimes they can change that. So our top selection here, let's move this across before I do it, will be Dion Baker. And Dion Baker is currently 7.6. Elusive Empire is 20. Sycamore is 10.5. And if you wanted to drop down, you can still do as many as you like. Spanish Main there is 50. So that's the selections for the 420 at Yarmouth. Then we're going to move into the 455. Got 7 go to the post here. And our top selection is Himawari. And Himawari down the bottom there, that's 8.6. And Musical Diva, this is 5.5. So that's the two we've got in the Yarmouth 455. And then we're going to move to the 525. And this will be the last race at Yarmouth today. And Global Effort is our number 1 selection. That is 9.8. Josie's Kid is 6.6. And our third selection, Bachelor Boy, which is 7.6. So that's my 3 for that race. and that is the Yarmouth card covered. And now a place where I used to pretty much live on the doorstep of this. This is Epsom. First race there is 2:10. So let's come out of here first. And everybody seems to be running there at the moment in the first race. And we're going to go for a horse called Mon Damage. And Mon Damage is currently 18. Overdue a win, that one. Looking for Linda, 8.4. One Night Stand, 10.5. And Lehu is 9.6. So that's my top 4. Remember, I do Dutching, so I could end up doing a lot more than 4, or depending on the SPs, if it was say 6-4 Mondamage, then I would only be doing that one plus the next one down. That's how it works. Then there's a big race here in the 2:45. Aidan O'Brien sent one over for this, and it is favourite, and that is Chief Little Rock at 1.92. That is my top selection, so that would be it for that race. Then we're going to move into the 3:20. I didn't think I'd move that. Let's put that across. I only really keep it at the one at the other end there, so you can see all the workings out. You know, that they don't get worked out after the results. This is way before. So if you wanted to compare them, you can always compare them with the Racing Post. And if you want a free template, then just send me a message at the bottom of the screen there to that email, and you can have a free template, have a go yourself. And then here we go into the 3:20. And in the 3:20, we've gone for a horse here called Ziggy. And Ziggy is currently 6.2. And our second selection, Crystal Delight, is 7. So you'll see on a majority of these races, I don't just give the favourites. I mean, some you're going to. I mean, that one of Aidan O'Brien's looks a good thing. It's not anywhere near a nap bet, but it's high on ratings. Now we're going to move into the 3:55. Quite a few going to post here. And we've gone for a horse called Splendent, which is trading at 8.2. Then we've got Green Team, which is 6.060. Think First is 5.050. And Saratoga Gold is 1.313. So there's my top 4. And there most probably would be more if I was doing the Dutching bet with those. Then we're going into the next at Epsom. This is the 4:30, but as you can see at the bottom, we have a horse that is unraced. So for me, this will be a no betting race. But the first thing we're going to do is go into the 4:30. I'll give you 3 selections that have already run. I can't do anything with the unraced one. And we're going to go for a number 1 selection, which is Involvement, 3.55. Then we've got Midair, which is 2.34. And our third selection will be Playtime at 5.5. So they're all first three in the betting. There's no great shakes there. And all them three have got pretty much good ratings, but it's just not a race for me. Then we're going into the 505 at Epsom. And that's going to be the final race. I always seem to have 6 race cards at Epsom. And we're going to start with our top selection here. Commander Crouch is 34. And then we've got What Happens in Vegas, which is 18. I Love Paris, 15.5. So there's your top 3 there, and they're big prices. But again, if you know how to do Dutching, then you wouldn't just back 3, you'll keep on going until you stake your £50. Now we're going to go into Wolverhampton. This is the 5:30. This is the nap of the day. I have put a separate video up for this one. I do like this horse tonight, and I have backed it. So let's just see what price it is on Matchbook at the moment. Seems to be on the drift at the moment, this horse, but normally happens when I back them. So it's now out to 3.2. If you look at the top right hand side here, I've got this horse rated 83. The next one to that is just under 60. So it's a 23-point nap. But let's hope that doesn't just keep drifting out. Otherwise I will have to back it again. Because prices never worry me, but obviously if I take a price which I did of 2.92, I think to myself, why hasn't it gone shorter? Is there something I can see that nobody else can, or have I done something wrong? But we'll find out just after 5:30 tonight anyway. So that is 1 for the notebook. So even if that doesn't win, I've got this horse doing 87 before you adjust it. And 87 in a 0 to 55 is too high. So this is the kind of horse that I will be putting in my notebook for next time if it doesn't win. So I will still be backing that again and having the faith. But what we should have done there really was carried on with the other selections in that race. It's not a 1-horse race by far. So our second selection would be Fan Zone, that is 23. And our third horse is Damaso, and this is 7.4. So that's that. Then we're going to move into the 6 o'clock at Wolverhampton. And the 6 o'clock at Wolverhampton, just 5 go to post here. And one thing I haven't done is make sure they're all running, but we'll sort that out. And you'll see the over round. It isn't too bad at the moment in this race, 2 at 102, but I'd still wait. So we've got Educate at 2.62. That's our top selection. And 410 Fever. This is trading at 6. Moving on to the 6:30 at Wolverhampton. This is another race where we've got unraced juveniles. So this wouldn't be a betting race for me, but I'll give you a couple in that 6:30. And we're going to go for Beveragino. This is currently 2.36. And Rainwater at 3.1. So again, nothing exciting out of the ordinary there. And then we're going to go into the 7 o'clock at Wolverhampton. And in the 7 o'clock, we've got Call Me the Breeze, that is currently 17. Then I've got Aces High at 8.2 and Warrior Tune at 18.5. So they're my top three in the 7 o'clock at Wolverhampton. Then the next race is going to be the 7:30 at Wolverhampton. And I don't know if you've noticed when you were looking, but the last race has moved from 8:30 now to 9 o'clock. So our number one selection in the 7:30 is Evaluation at 4.2 and Seal of Solomon is 3.9. So that's our two selections in that race. Then we're going to move to the 8 o'clock. And in the 8 o'clock, our top selection there is Avarice. And Avarice is currently 15.5. Lady Lavina is 24. And Covert Legend is 6.4. So that's my top three in the 8 o'clock. Now we're going into the 8:30. You can see up there, this is another one of my notebook horses. I've got it rated at 83.25, but of course there's £5 to come off that on today. But again, this is another 0 to 55 horse. I'm not saying that's going to win today, but we'll look at the prices and we'll see West End Lass is currently 42. Then we've got Seas of Elzarm, which is 13.5. Midnight Flame is 3030. And Hard Nut is 12. So that's the 4 for that race. That's the 8:30. Don't forget to put that in your notebook, that one, West End Lass. That's a horse that I'll back today anyway. And if it loses, I'll be backing that until it wins. Because it will, at that grade, win at some point. And we'll go into the last race now. This is the 9 o'clock at Wolverhampton. And there is a non-runner in that last race. And you can see there it's Dynamite Katie. And Dynamite Katie is our top selection. So I'm just going to remove that. And that's pretty typical. So we've taken that out now and we can start again. And our number one selection is now Gidwa. And Gidwa is 3.85. Rebel Redemption is 28. And Yar Hobby is 18. So there'll be those three for the last race tonight at Wolverhampton. I won't do a recap on that. You can go back with the video and have a look. I will go backwards on the races so you can see them a little bit quicker if you continue the video. But otherwise, as I say, I've gradually started making a profit this month. It has been It has been hard work with the bad start. It was like I had a handicap, and I was like £400 or £500 down on the handicap, and had to work my way forward, which, to be fair, I have done. So let's hope we can add to that fund today by getting a few winners. We've got 20, I say there's 22 races, but not for me. And that's it. That's every race covered. So good luck whatever you're betting on, and if you want to send me your tips in advance, we'll have a look at what you've come up with and the reasons, and we'll see how we get on. So thanks for watching.